All right, guys. Breaking news. You all probably know we warned you early this morning on our devotion that it was going to go down today. We had the heads up on the aircrafts that were airborne, U.S. air tankers, the E3, I believe it was, and we got you the information early this morning on our devotion that it was going to go down. We got the heads up on this about 10 or 11 hours ago. So, you know, people might not have thought that it was legit, but here we go. We got other information that people don't have yet. So share the feed everywhere. This is the breaking news coverage. We're going to be showing you things that other channels are not showing you right now because the sources we have are on the ground. They're very connected to what's happening in all these different places. We got a number of different sources actually that we look at, and let's see if I got everybody here. Did I tell everybody I'm on? Okay, we're on Rumble as well. Rumble. If you want to come over to YouTube, you can hang out on YouTube with the live chat there. For all you on Rumble, if you like Rumble, just stick around and stay there. I'm looking at the YouTube feeds here, so if you're in the chat room, make sure you go over to the YouTube channel so that we can see your comments. I'm not looking at the Rumble channel right now. Okay, we're going to be going through all of the breaking news updates. We have a lot of updates to go through right now. From what I just heard, there's hundreds of aircraft in the air, hundreds of fighter jets. They said hundreds. Did you hear what I said? Hundreds? What's going on with Hal Turner? Why? Why do you think that is? Um, all right, I had a very cryptic, very bad dream this morning when I woke up, and I didn't share it because I didn't think it was. I wasn't sure what it meant, but I guess I do now. Not good. Not good. It was literally I was looking over a precipice, and I think that the feeling I got was that this may have to do with where everything's going from here on out. It's not good, guys. This is it. America's being dragged into this. And I think that we're going into it because maybe they just need maximum chaos, and I told you the Israelis were really precipitating this conflict to go nuclear. And I say nuclear, I mean nuclear literal, and maybe even more than nuclear. There may be other exotic weapons that they're going to be using that we have no knowledge about right now. That's what the Iranians had said. Now, when you talk about hundreds of aircraft in the air, we're talking about military aircraft that are in the skies over the Middle East. We're talking Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, Israel. We're gonna go live footage here too. So I'm gonna go on the streams here. I'm gonna start streaming some live footage. Now I'm looking at all your guys' comments. Oh, I didn't do locals. Let me let some local locals know about what we're doing here too. And I'm gonna be posting all the live feeds. Now these feeds are direct, so they are ours to share. It's no, there's no copyright here, just so everybody's clear. All right, let me just make this public here. Posting it on Telegram on locals. Okay. All right. So if you watched my program earlier, this morning when we did our devotions, the Lord was definitely showing me some things that I was sharing before these events began to unfold. And within 5 to 10 minutes, I showed you guys the post from CENTCOM. It just began. I actually had the information before CENTCOM even posted it. I showed you guys and I told you guys from my source that 12 U.S. refueling tankers were on the way to the Middle East from the flight radar. Not to mention that, but F-16s, American F-16s, were en route as well. And I told you that it was going down. It was going to be going down. This was 10 hours ago. I looked at the timestamp. If you go on YouTube here and you look at my timestamp, you'll see it was earlier in the morning. It was probably like, 7 West Coast time, 8 o'clock West Coast time, 7 o'clock West Coast time this morning. I woke up early this morning because I had a bad dream. And this is the bad dream. This is the dream that I dreamt of what was coming. So I gave you guys that heads up. We got a lot more heads up because, the Lord shows us things before they happen many times. And I was going to share, when I posted about going onto Patreon to talk about the signs, about what it meant for America and what it means politically as well as everything else prophetically, I really felt like I wasn't going to go on because I felt like the war's going to start. That's what I said. The war's going to start, and it's going to cut right into this meeting that we're going to have tonight. So the prophetic meeting that we were going to, I call it a prophetic think tank. It's really getting into the patrons, the supporters of our channel, to give back to them because they're doing so much to keep us on the air. And all our thanks to all of our patrons. So for those patrons, I'm definitely going to start sharing more and more information with you guys because of what you're doing to help me to get the message out. You're a part of what we're doing to get this very vital information out, to warn, giving people heads up on things they need to get prepared for before it hits. It's like telling you in the forecast, hey, it's going to be really bad in your area. You got 2 days to get ready. Okay? Make sure you're ready. Now, I've been hearing from people like Mike Adams posting that he thinks the kill switch is going to happen. They're going to shut the internet off. I'm going to tell you what. We may be seeing whether or not they do have the keys to our critical infrastructure here real soon. We're going to find out if they're going to shut stuff off, whether it's internet, cell phones, power, water plants, water dams, who knows how much information or how much ability, how technical these people are, and whether or not they're in our critical infrastructure already with cyber hacks. Not to mention the fact that there are sleeper cells in our country right now. Many thousands, I bet, have crossed the border in the last few years, maybe even the last few months, with the way things are. And Trump is going to win because everybody knows, even liberals know, that they've put us in huge amount of danger. The United States is in a huge amount of danger right now. And how did that happen? Well, we told you guys that the Biden administration is being controlled and manipulated, and I believe that the powers behind our government are the Chinese. I think the Chinese are actually in control, and they have been because of the compromised. And this is why I was so upset in 2020 when Trump just slinked away and made a deal in the back about coming back in 2024, because really they knew that if they gave us another 4 years, they would completely have us in the bag. There would be nothing that could stop what they're going to do. And that's exactly what they've done. And they gave that hopium to the right. They kept spoon feeding hopium. Here, it's coming back. Don't worry. Trust the plan. Trust Sessions. He's going to come back in the next year. Don't worry. Biden's really not the president, et cetera, et cetera. But I said when Trump came back, he would be overseeing the ashes of what was left of America. And that's exactly where it's at. all the way. He's making lots of money. Trump sneakers, Trump watches, Trump NFT cards. What else? Trump steaks. Whatever. I don't know what else he's selling. I mean, it's Trump Bibles. Trump. I heard the Bible's really a cheap Bible too, the kind that you get like when you're at a hotel, except it just has a little bit of extra writing on it. Made in China, by the way. The Bible is made in China, and he's selling that for like $80. It's not even worth it. But profiting off of the demise of our country and fear mongering. Now, you don't want to talk about fear mongering. This is the fear mongering, because I don't know if people realize how seriously this is going to affect America. How seriously our country is going to fall. And I feel so sorry for so many people in so many of the big cities in states that are, especially the ones that are blue, and I've got a whole list of them that I already knew was going to have problems when all this stuff begins. And everybody's going to have problems. It's going to be the whole country's going to have effects. I think the gas prices are going to skyrocket. I think that the supply chain is going to crash, and you're probably not going to be able to get goods coming in on ships because everything's going to be in a state of war, and they're going to be attacking the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranians control the Strait of Hormuz, and they also are going to stop the oil. They just attacked a bunch of oil plants. Guys, when you talk about World War III, this is World War III. You got hundreds. The reports are hundreds of fighter jets are in the air right now. Hundreds. And they're bombing everything right now. They're bombing the Iranians' critical infrastructure. The Iranians are literally, going out and buying everything they can to survive right now, because they know it's going to be a big long-term shutdown of everything. Power, food. Who knows what the Israelis are going to do? And then what's going to happen? Russia's going to jump in? China's going to do something? Because you know who's facilitating all this, don't you? The U.S. Yeah, your sons and your daughters are the ones they're going to blame. They're going to blame you. Because you are represented by these crazy people that are doing this. And I told you the Israelis were going to pull us into this, and we were going to go into this supposedly kicking and screaming, because that's what it sounds like. We're kicking and screaming, telling them to not do it. But yet we're sending all kinds of assets. We're sending all kinds of defense and also offensive weapons. And we're sending our jets and our refuelers, and we're saying we're going to stand with them no matter what. Come on. What is this? Okay, so we're going to start looking at updates right now. You guys ready? All right, so let's go to the updates. Crypto market is crashing right now, by the way. Lots of updates. Put all these updates on the main page, by the way. Honey Bunny. My honey helps out with all the news updates too, by the way. How many of you guys saw my biggest fan on that I posted a picture of my biggest fan on Telegram? You see my biggest fan? Yep, that's my biggest fan. All right, the attack is in its early stages, and the goal of the first strikes is to disable Iranian defense systems. This is the Israeli Army radio has just stated. Iraqi Transport Ministry announces the suspension of air traffic at all airports until further notice. Iraqi. This is in Iraq. The Shiites have taken over Iraq. It used to be a Sunni country, Sunni Muslims. Now it's Iraq. It's a Shia Muslim. It's all Shiites that are controlling Iraq. So they're going to go after Iraqi stuff. Iraqi airspace was closed. Video of an Israeli Air Force F-35 fighter jet flying on extremely low altitudes through Jordan, headed towards the Iran for the initial strike. Okay, here we go. We're going to show you guys footage of all this. Okay, you're not going to find this anywhere else. You're not going to find this anywhere else. So make sure you share this and tell everybody. If you want to see what's really going on, you really want to know what's really happening, you got to be watching Blazing Press. There's a reason why Lookner hates us. There's a reason why he spoke out against our channel and tried to downplay everything we were doing, because he knows. He knows who has the real sauce. Okay, here's the F-35s flying over Jordan very low. These are Israeli F-35s. Did you see that? Woo! That was low. Did you see how low that was? Wow. On their way to Iran. On their way to Iran. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Al Arabiya, this is a news outlet, quoting Channel 13, Israeli Channel 13, citing military sources. Hundreds of fighter planes are participating in the ongoing attack on Iran. Hundreds? You think America, well, we told you there was F-16s, American F-16s on the way. Not to mention 12 C-135 refueling tankers. And basically those refuel jets, fighter jets, right? So there's a long duration of activity with these jets in the air. They just keep coming back to the tankers to get filled back up and keep attacking. And this was coming from, I think Al Jazeera. This is coming from Al Jazeera. Hundreds of fighter jets are in the air. Hundreds. Did you hear what I just said? That's a lot. Al Jazeera reports that Israel closed its airspace until 8:30 a.m. The Islamic Republic of Iran issues NOTAMs for five hours over the capital. I think they spelled somebody's bad grammar there. Whoever we shared this from, it says Islamic Republic of Iran issues NOTAMs for 5 more hours over the capital, Tehran. So they're extending that no-fly notice to all airmen to no-fly, because missiles are going to be flying. That means Iran is going to respond. Okay, Iran is going to respond. This is what's going to happen. They're getting ready to respond. I want to make sure that we have a feed of some of the areas of Israel, because I think they're going to. Let me see, live. Let's see if we can get a live feed here too. Well, we've got the Beirut one. I think they're going to move on from Beirut for right now, but we do have a Beirut feed. But I'm thinking that we should have that one that shows everything. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, this is a skyline of Lebanon and Gaza. Israeli strikes. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of people that have died recently in these strikes in Gaza. It's terrible. The video is horrendous. It's just terrible. Let me just see if I can find that one feed. Okay, well, let's just move on. I'll get that feed in a little bit. In the meantime, let's go back over to the Telegram page. Iran's FAR news agency says several military bases near Tehran have been targeted by Israel. Israel was probably taking out Iran's Bavar 373 air defense systems. These are Iran's long-range defense system to neutralize aerial threats such as aircraft, drones, and ballistic missiles, which they failed to intercept tonight. So Iran is being hit hard. Cyber attacks are being reported in Iran. Shiraz is in the heart of the Iranian gas industry. Keep an eye on prices. This is talking about a second wave of attacks that began like about an hour ago. And it says that explosions were heard in Shiraz. And that's where all their oil production is. So they're probably hitting their oil and their gas, places where they produce it and probably refine it to sell it. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if this affects Iran's economy and if it goes to that point where it's going to really, really deeply affect their country's economy, they are going to use their heavy weapons. If they have them, they will use them. And they've sounded very confident in the sense that they have things that are even more to be feared than nukes. That's what they said. They said that. So I don't know what kind of technologies are they talking about? Laser? Are they talking about some other exotic weapons they're going to use? I don't know, but it sounds very serious. They're going to do something, and they're probably very upset about everything that's been going on with Lebanon, with the Palestinians, and they're probably getting ready to pull the trigger on something huge. And I don't know if America's going to be that, in those crosshairs as well, but I think there's a good possibility. And I think that's what Israel's banking on too. I mean, I don't think Israel. I think what Israel wants is a distraction away from what they're doing, and that America would be a great distraction, because we're a bigger target. We're an easier target. We have lots of soft targets. Israel is a lot more difficult because they're very closed and a very, their society is very monitored, and they're a very small country. They're harder to hit, but America is wide open, and we've got all kinds of things going on here that, we just don't even know is happened right under our nose. So I can see that and they think that if they hit America, that they're hitting Israel anyway, because they see America as the great Satan. They see Israel as the little Satan. Whenever they're chanting in their parliaments or whatever they call it, where the Iranians meet, the whole place erupts into, chants of death to America, death to Israel. That's what they chant. And they'll chant that, the whole place. You're talking about like our Congress. Our Congress, it would be equal to our Congress. You have congressmen and whatever they're equal to their government, all chanting death to America, death to Israel. They always say that. This is something that's long standing. This has been going on for a long time. Now, they consider America to be an enemy, especially now that this is all happening. They're looking at us as a main target. This is video that shows people rushing to gas stations trying to get their gas. And this is Iran. That's the gas station. That's the gas line to get to the gas. You see how long that was? Look at how long the line is to get to the gas. Okay, so it starts here. Let's look at it again one more time. Okay, so we have some more breaking news reports. Locals in Tehran report to us a wave of airstrikes in Tehran. So this is another wave. Iran Mir News, defense activity has been reported in the east of Tehran. So this is happening right now. Another huge wave. This is the third wave. It says let's see. Yes, another wave is ongoing at this moment. Let's see if we can find. Let's see if we can find a feed here. I want to make. There's not too many. I've never really. The feeds that I get are mostly Israel feeds, Beirut feeds, Gaza feeds. They started shutting down the Gaza feeds, but you can't really get a whole lot of feeds in Israel as well because they don't want people seeing what's going on. But Iran feeds are very hard to find. I can never. I've looked for Iran feeds and I haven't been able to find them. Iran has deployed multiple air defense systems in central Tehran in preparation for a significant strike by Israel. Local reports. Let's see if I can find this. So this is Syria state-run Sana news agency reports that Israel struck several military sites in southern and central Syria at around 2 a.m. The strikes came simultaneously as Israel launched attacks on Iran. Sana says that the air defenses shot down some of the Israeli missiles, and authorities are still assessing the damage. Iran's Fars news agency, this is in Iran, says several military bases near Tehran have been targeted by Israel. And this is the one that comes from Al Jazeera, where it says hundreds of fighter jets are now participating in ongoing attacks. Breaking news. We're not going to meet tonight because of what's going on. Sorry. So it's only a matter of just waiting here for a few because things are going to develop here real quick into tonight or into the early morning. Because right now it's probably 3 o'clock a.m. over there, or 2:30. It's 2:30. Let's see, time in Israel. I think it's about 2:30 a.m. or is it 3:30? Oh no, it's 4:30. Gosh, so it's 4:30 a.m. right now in Israel. All right, so we got some more here. Hold on. Okay, so we got some video. Let's see. Sounds of air defenses over Tehran are taking place right now. And we have some video. All right, look at this, guys. Oh, gosh, look at this. Hold on. This is video coming out of Iran right now. Look at this. Wow, it looks like they were able to take out a bunch of incoming missiles. It did look like their defense systems look pretty good there. Let's see. New video circulating on Arab channels. Apparently, Iranian air defenses with Israeli strikes. Yeah, that's the one we just saw. Okay. Let's see what this one is here. Okay, we can't read that because it's in Arabic. Let's see if there's... Okay. I'll just wait now. I'm going to jump to pinpoint what's hit or not. Okay, so we're going to find out what's been hit here in just a moment. The sources we have are going to tell us things before you're going to hear it anywhere else. So we're just waiting on them to post. They are in the region, so they are, and their sources are very, very good. So when they put out that information, it's usually very accurate. So one or two channels that I really watch. So it says Israel begins strikes all throughout Iran in a staggered wave formation. Staggered wave. So a staggered wave formation. Remember, we told you hundreds of fighter jets were in the air. Let's see what the mouthpiece for Mossad, masquerading as a Christian, is saying. You know who that one is. Okay, so it says now the most air defense systems that have been, most of their Iranian air defense systems have been neutralized. This is coming from Mossad connected and Israel military sources. The Israeli fighter jets are dominating the skies of Iran and begin the real mission. All right, he's just now posting what we posted. So he's a little bit late to the party here. Okay, but he has it without all of the tags. So I'm going to show you the one without the tags. Pretty interesting. Okay, we got some more information here. Let's see here. Okay, so Iranian channels are showing videos of explosions of the Iranian anti-air battery operating over the Iranian capital. According to them, Israel is employing long-range UAVs on this attack. Let's see. Okay. All right. U.S. officials state, we received an update from Israel that the attacks in Iran will continue for several hours. This has just been posted. So they're going to continue these attacks for another few hours. So these attacks are just now underway and will continue for another few hours. So this is what the Americans are saying, the government of the U.S., but I think we're actually participating, so I don't know why they're playing like stupid. I mean, we've got all of our military assets in the air right there. I don't understand how they can pretend like they don't know what's going on. That's so funny. All right, this is another thing. Isfahan Mahab is where the nuclear facilities are, or their nuclear power, production, whatever else. It's there in Isfahan Mahab. Let's see what he says here. Okay, so this was on October 23rd. He said, I have found out from my sources that Israel is very likely to strike Iran within the next 5 days. Okay, so there's only 1 week left before the U.S. elections. And there are motions in place to calm down the situation from the next week. But the Israeli strike is going to be significant and shocking from the layman's perspective. In simple terms, it's a strike well tipped to change the rules of warfare, which we have seen in the past tit-for-tat responses. Things are in motion right now in the Middle East, like I have been tracking for the past few days. Ships are aligning themselves in the Mediterranean. This was 2 days ago that he posted this. Red Sea and including the Persian Gulf to avoid any major damage to Israel from Iran's counter retaliation, to stop the tit for tat there and then only. But from what I am picking up from the ground, we should be prepared for the conflict to extend post election also. Now, who does this benefit? Obviously, Trump's going to benefit from this. Kamala Harris is going to look weak. She's going to look like she doesn't know what she's doing. Biden is just sleeping somewhere. He doesn't know what's going on. Let's see. All right, we got some more info here. Is this the same one? Okay, so here's some other video that's showing interceptions. Let's see. Let's see what this one. It sounds like fireworks. It sounds like, something that you would hear at a firework display. All right, then this one here looks like, okay, let's look at this one here. I didn't see anything on that one. Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay, I do. I see that. Some little explosions up there. Looking like they're taking out something there. Over the skies of Tehran. Sky News. Israel attacks sites used for the production of missiles. It's coming from Sky News. I'm sure we're going to hear some more stuff here. Let me see if I can find that. Everything when it comes out, everybody gets it right at the same time. Here is Netanyahu in an underground military bunker with his team. This is right now. Underground military bunker. You see how they blurred everything out? All right, what else we got here? Upper Galilee's been on alert there, and the old city. Let's see, right in between Haifa and Tel Aviv. I believe that's right there. Nahariya. Okay, pre-strike today. It says Israel is destroying itself and millions will die. Colonel Douglas McGregor. So Colonel Douglas McGregor said today, right before the strike, Israel is destroying itself and millions will die. This was on Redacted News earlier today. Redacted News interviewed Colonel McGregor. Does anybody know Colonel Douglas McGregor? He was a colonel. He should know what he's talking about. The Israeli Air Force is trying to empty the air defenses. The air defense missiles to be able to hit some targets, as it seems. So what they're doing is they're trying to deplete their defense system, kind of like when they overwhelmed the Iron Dome with a bunch of little Katyusha rockets. And after those defense systems are down or overwhelmed, then they come in with the big guns, the bigger guns. So they're getting ready for the big guns here any moment. I'm going to just take a real quick look. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say thanks to Stand Up 15. God bless you. Thank you so much. Cindy Banks. What was my dream? Well, since you asked, and I really believe it represented what was going to happen today. Because I felt it, like when I woke up and I started doing the devotion. This was before anything started happening. We were doing the devotion because I do a devotion every morning on this channel, and hold on one second. Yeah, I know. Okay, so what happened was I was looking over a cliff. I was walking along a cliff, and it was very, very deep. Like the drop was very far. Like I could see, like it kind of when you're high up and you look down at something, it gives you the butterflies. So I felt like that feeling, like, oh gosh, this is very high up, terrifying. And so I'm walking along the edge, and then something in the dream, like as I was saying, I don't want to get too close, because there's no way I want to fall over the edge. But in the dream, the part of the ledges started cracking off, and I felt like I was going to fall. You know how have you ever had a dream where you're falling? Well, I started to feel like I was going to fall over, and gosh, it was just the worst feeling to know that you're going over and you can't stop. And then all of a sudden I like pulled myself back a little bit. Like in the dream, I kind of tried to slow myself back so I wouldn't go over. But in the dream, I felt like this is it. This is going to go. There's nothing you can do to stop this. That's what I felt. So, and I was just looking at that dream and I was trying to analyze, like, what does this mean? And then as I did the devotion, and then all of a sudden I saw what was going on, I started thinking, something might be in the works for something big here. This could be the beginning of something very precarious. That the word precarious has something to do with a cliff too, doesn't it? Precarious. Let's see. Yeah, not securely held or in position, dangerously, likely to fall or collapse. Yeah. And so it was just that sense that something was going to fall. Like that feeling that you get, like a butterfly feeling, like, oh my gosh, like this is where it's going. And so this is it. This is what I dreamt. And by the way, I got to tell you guys some prophetic stuff. Okay, the Lord has been showing me for years. This is very important, because I think it's happening right now. And some of you may have known me for like the last 12 or 14 years and followed me, and you've heard this story. I've shared it periodically over the years. And I'm going to share it again, and I think it's happening right now. But let me just go to all these news pop-offs here, because there's a bunch of news popping off right now. Israel is only focused on ballistic missile production facilities and drone manufacturing facilities. That's what they're saying. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian is holding an emergency meeting with the military leadership of the Revolutionary Guard and the army in Tehran at this very moment. Visuals from Tehran. Here's some more visuals. You want to see this? All right, that was just another video. Okay, and then so as of now, they haven't really seen any major target, at least it hasn't been reported, any major or important targets that have been hit. So we're still waiting to see what is coming or what has happened. But anyways, let me get back to while we're waiting. Okay, so I would say probably 12 or 13 years ago, maybe 13, 14 years ago, when I started doing this regularly. I was live streaming in 2011. They didn't even have live streaming on YouTube until 2015, maybe 2016. It was like early 2016. They started doing live streaming. And I was already live streaming on livestream.com. With their fleet, they were kind of just introducing live streaming. And so I was doing live streaming. And we had a bunch of people that would come over from YouTube, and we did like a show, did a 3-hour show. And so I was, we did a couple of meetups. We had a bunch of people show up to go to the mountains at one time. Some of you guys remember that. Lots of drama surrounded, when you open yourself up like that, there's all kinds of drama. You got a lot of crazy weirdos that gravitate towards you too. And it's just a bunch of, this is why we kind of don't do that anymore. Because it's like, we didn't want to get that crazy. But I'll get into the story, but here's some more footage. Look at this. Here's some more footage. You can see them over here in the background. You can see little lights blinking. Those are the bombs going off. Okay, so there you go. All right, so what happened in this dream, I had a dream, and I really felt it was prophetic about things that were to come. I had a number of dreams, and I actually had one lady that gave me a word about my current wife and some things that were happening before they happened. Like, I had prayed, like, I literally prayed the night before about an answer to a very important question, and then this woman had a dream. She told me everything that I was thinking. She told me what my apartment looked like, or where I was living. It was kind of like an apartment. But she told me every little detail of things that were going on, that, like, even what it looked like, and what it was just very specific things that there was no way she could have known, right? And it was an answer to the prayer, because she told me what my prayer was the night before. And she said she only had that happen to her one other time, that type of a dream. And that was when she dreamt about her mother. And it actually happened. So everything she dreamt about her mother happened too. So she felt like she needed to tell me. And so she did. And that was a prophetic dream, right? So we were having a number of things happening like that in the beginning of all the things that were going on. Now, what happened was I had this dream, and I really believed it represented the end of what I would see coming in this world like it was like a prophetic end time dream of what would be happening to me during that time. And what I saw in this dream was, and it represented a bunch of things that I won't go into all the details because it had to do with people that I know, and a progression of people that have been in my life since, which actually had a lot of meaning. But just the gist of the dream. So I was in this situation where I was wrestling with this person, but I think it represented like a demonic force. And this person was very strong, and he was taking me down, like he was literally bringing me down. Like I felt like I was being overcome by the strength of this person. And in the dream, I felt like this is it. I'm losing my energy. Everything's being sapped, and I'm going to be, taken out by this person. And but all of a sudden, I saw a friend of mine in the background coming toward me, and I felt like he was going to help me. So I was looking, and I gained some hope, right? And I saw him coming, and he was going to try to help me. And so right when he was getting close, he stopped, and he looked over my shoulder, and then he turned and he ran. And then my whole expectation just was dashed, and I felt like I'm going to be overcome now. I was so weak. And then it was at that moment that that person that was taking me down let me go. He let me go. And he looked over my shoulder. And he was looking over my shoulder. And the reason why he let me go was because he saw all these rings in the distance. They were nuclear rings. And so at that point, I got up, I looked behind me, and I saw the nuclear rings. You know how you see the nuclear, when a bomb goes off and you see it. And so when I saw it, I turned back to him and I pointed right at his face. And I said, "Now where are you going to be?" That's what I said to him. I pointed right at his face and I said, "Now where are you going to be?" And he looked at me, and he tried to put a smile on his face, but I could see that he was afraid. And he looked up, and he smiled, and he looked up like this. He pointed to like he was going to be with God, but he had fear in his eyes, but he tried to play it off, like it was a hypocrite. And so at that point, I started running as fast as I could, and I was going to this bunker. It was like it was all like brick. I think it was like brick. But there was a gate, and the gate was closing like this as I was running toward this secure place. And as the gate was closing, I just barely got in as the gate closed, and I was in. Now, I've always looked at that dream as prophetic because, and especially in the last 2 years, because we've had some very amazing, really crazy answers to prayer, and some major signs about what our recent move, because we moved 2 years ago. And I can't go into all the signs. I think it's more just for me and my wife, and just to show us that we're on the right path and we're doing the right things. But anyways, in this dream, well, what it meant was I felt it had something to do with the gates. Like the gates meant something. So 2 years ago, there was a bunch of stuff going on, and I was building the gates. I was building the fences, right? And it seemed like things were all happening at that time. So I thought maybe this is it. I'm building the gate. I built the fence. It's like a secure, we're securing our borders. And, we did it because of the animals and also the kids. We don't want the kids running off. And, plus we want a little privacy on top of that. But at the same time, that was what was happening. Well, now what's going on right now? I'm building the rest of the fencing. And right now I'm working on the gates. I've got 2 gates I'm going to be building like tomorrow. Tell me that's not just absolutely. And I've always thought that the gates had symbolic representation, because as soon as you close the gates, you're basically securing your location, because the fencing's all going up. Like I did a bunch of the fencing for the dog, because I got a couple dogs, and then the back area, but the gates are open still. But I'm making the gates tomorrow and probably in the next few days, going into this next week. And they're big gates, They're big gates. They got wheels on them. One of them has a wheel on it, and the other one is for the dog, so it's going to probably be on a hinge. I just built the doors for the chickens, and I got a couple more things to do before it gets too cold. But the gates. So I'm looking at that as a timeline connection to these nukes. So, but there's a lot of other things too. I don't even get into. I shared a lot with our fellowship when we used to kind of hang out in a small group, but just some of the bigger, like, noteworthy things I might share on a live stream, but I don't go too much into all the, I'm not prophesying every day like some of these people on YouTube do. Okay, so we got some more updates here. Sources in Tehran. Al-Mahiyadeen sources in Tehran said that medium-level air defenses were activated in Tehran province, and all hostile targets were shot down. It did look like their defense systems shot down a bunch of things. It did look like they got a lot. Let's see what he says. Okay, we saw all that. Let's see. I'm not sure what that means. Russia says it stands with Tehran in case of all-out war. Okay, so caucus, what the heck does this mean? I don't even know what this word is. Let me look this up really quick. What does this mean? It's a Latin phrase that refers to a situation where an event triggers an alliance or treaty obligation between states. So it's casus foederis. It's a Latin phrase that refers to a situation where an event triggers an alliance or a treaty obligation between states. Okay, so basically what this guy just said was that this alliance or this treaty that's triggering obligations, which would probably be between the U.S. or NATO, it says in progress after NATO will defend Israel against Iranian ally. Russia says that it stands with Tehran in case of all-out war. Well, we told you that was probably pretty obvious there. Okay, so there is a media source that's coming from, let's see what this is. World Source News. It says an explosion in the building of the IRGC, which is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, in Tehran due to chlorine containers found in the building. This was earlier this morning, though. Okay, so this had nothing to do with the bombing. All right, so we got some more here. Let's see what else we got here. According to my sources, these ain't the real strikes yet. Only air defense identification is ongoing. Okay, so this is so what they're doing is they're just trying to get the Israelis are trying to figure out where all their air defenses are. That's all they're doing right now. They're just ferreting out where they're coming from, and they're going to be doing some more attacks here real soon. The actual strikes are about to start shortly. Uh-oh. Yeah, that didn't seem this didn't seem like it was anything big. This is just like the beginning of the fireworks, you know. They're just shooting up a few here and there. The finale hasn't begun yet. The finale is still a little bit away. Now, hopefully we don't have a situation where let's see if I can find that video. Is this it? No, this is not the one. There is a video when you're stupid. Why are these videos so funny sometimes? Oh my gosh. All right, so hopefully we don't have a situation like this where the beginning of the fireworks show doesn't turn out the way it's supposed to, and it's not a controlled firework. Instead, it's an out of control fireworks display, and then we have a major problem like this. Everything going off at once, like a nuclear bomb. That doesn't look too good. It's like, look, Mom, the fireworks went off all at the same time. That's pretty crazy. And so hopefully we don't see everything go out of control here. But I have a feeling that things are going to go, they're going to go from bad to worse. I don't know, guys. Maybe my dream. So it says Israel conducted preemptive strikes in Syria to blind Iran's air defense, the Jerusalem Post. So that's exactly what they're doing. Pro PMF Kofia News started the countdown for Operation True Promise 3. That is an Iranian retaliation against Israel. So they're going to call it Operation True Promise 3. So Iran is going to respond now. How soon are they going to respond? Well, they said that they had 5 more hours, so I think Iran is going to do something pretty quick. I don't think they're going to wait. I think they're going to try to hit Israel back right away. My God, this is all about to go down, guys. You guys know this is all about to go down, don't you? We are on the precipice looking over right now. How bad is it going to get? How bad is this going to get? Let me see if I can find that live cam before it gets too late. Lebanon. Okay, was this it? Let me see. Is this it? Okay, wait. We got some more news here. Hold on. Views over eastern Tehran from locals. I think we already saw that one. What is PMF? I'm not even sure what PMF is. PMF, is that Kofia? Kofia acts as a think tank for financial investment industry. Okay. I guess that's not the same one though. Okay, so it is an Arabic news outlet. For Iran. Yeah, so they basically are an Iranian news outlet because it shows the Khomeini on there. Okay, so maybe this one has it. Let's see if I can find it here. Okay, so we have Beirut, skyline, Lebanon, and just Lebanon's border. That's it. I don't see anything out of Iran. And I think that Lebanon is just going to be kind of quiet right now because they're going to be going after everybody else and their brother here. Fuertes. Okay, what is this? Strong GPS interference is being reported by users in Tehran, Iran. So GPS is being interfered with as well. There is another channel that I can look at here. Hold on, in my history here. Let's see if I can find it. They used to have, okay, this might be it. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. This is the guy. Let's see if he's live. Okay, so, oh, we have an Iranian, you got to be kidding me. Oh my gosh. Okay. No way. All right, let me just pull it up here really quick. This ought to be interesting. All right, let me get these windows set up, okay guys? So hold on. Hold tight. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is if I see something go down, I'm going to put these feeds up. I've got an Isfahan, Iran feed, a Bushehr, Iran feed, which looks like it's just out in the middle of some. Oh my gosh, this ought to be crazy. Pasargad, Iran, and also Tehran, a skyline. It's kind of a far view of Tehran. So it's early morning right now. Ouch. Okay, so this right here is this is right here. This is a feed from Tehran. That's what the Tehran feed looks like. And then I'll show you. Let me get a couple other ones up. Okay, hold on. Let me just set it all up. Okay? Let me just set these up. That was the Tehran feed. And you can see the count on the top there. So you know it's okay, that was Tehran. And this one is, what am I doing? Okay, sorry. Okay, and then this one here is Bushir, Iran. Okay, so I've got, let's just do this. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm sorry. I'm trying to set this up. I'm sorry. So I don't see any more news alerts right now, so just hold tight. This is perfect timing because it's giving me a chance to kind of get this set up. Because I have to set up the feeds here. And so I've got to put the text in and everything else here. So just hold tight with me for just a moment. This one is Bushir, Iran. Okay. This may be very interesting to see what they do here, because these are all feeds right out of the area. See, like that one right there. Okay, I got that one set up, but I have to make sure I put all the names in there because otherwise I won't know which is which. All right, there's that one. And this one is, All right, that's Tehran. And this one here is Pasargad, Iran. I guess that's the way you spell it. Oh, I just saw a truck go through there. It's funny, all the updates just like stopped. Like, what are we waiting for? Like, they just stopped. Is that crazy? They must have known I had to set this feed up. Okay, so this is... Oops. Okay, so now we got some more updates here coming in. Now they're coming in. Well, we're going to be able to see it now. This is Pasargad, Iran. This one is Tehran. And this is Bushir. This is like an oil station. I bet you that might be interesting to watch. Who knows if that thing's going to blow up? You know, they're going to go after their oil, maybe. We got one more feed here, and this one is Ishfan. That's where all the nuclear stuff is. So let's do that one. Okay. All right, we got that one set up now. And I'll show you that one here in a second. Okay, so that's the Ishfan site. So there you go. That right there is where the nuclear facilities are. And it looks like they might be a target as well. So you've got a nuclear facility, you've got an oil facility, and this one is Pasargad. I'm not sure what they're known for, but let's take a look and see. Let's see. And I'm watching them. So if anything goes down, I'll definitely just cut right to it. I'll cut right to it. So don't worry, you won't miss anything. I'm just kind of scanning everything here. All right, so let's look at the updates here really quick. What other updates we got going on here? Let's see what they're saying here. Okay, so there was a strike, an Israeli strike on the Parshin military complex located 30 kilometers southeast of Tehran. There's some video here. Let me see. So Washington Post is now putting out that the attack on Iran is expected to last for several more hours. Ooh, so there was something there. Possible impact in the Tehran province of Iran. Here, let's look at this one. Let's take a look at this one. You see that? Over there in the left hand corner, a big explosion. You can't see anything. I don't know why they put this video up. It's so dumb. Oh, you can hear it. Wow. That sounded huge. You see how you hear how loud that's so far away too. Okay, so they're saying that Israeli missile strikes reported at the Iranian Air Force Base in Khori, East Tehran. Let me just post that one. Let's go ahead and post that. Keep up on our Telegram page because we're posting all the videos there too. All right, so it says everything looks like symbolic strikes from the Zionists. This is coming from an Islamic channel. Reuters, Iran will respond to Israeli military strikes. Iran, loud booms of explosions can be heard right now in central Tehran, possibly interceptions related. Let's post that really quick. I'll show you guys that here in just a second. All right, let's look at that.
میدون 15 خرداد امشب ساعت 4.
Okay. All's quiet for the moment. Let me look at the chat room. What are you guys saying in the chat here? Like I said, this is the one cam we're keeping an eye on here. This one and this one. Tehran. And this one. I've got the sound on this too, so if I hear anything, I'll definitely put it back to that. I'm looking at the Israeli-Lebanon border cams right now. I'm just going to see if I can see any explosions here. I can hear UAVs up in the air. The Israelis are always flying their UAVs up there. Surveillance UAVs. Just a continual drone. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Let's look at a few other sources here. Okay. We're at 7:36 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that was quite a while ago. This is Iran. It sounded like some kind of pig in the background there. What the heck was that? Civilian power plant in Karaj, Iran, reportedly destroyed at 7:30 Eastern. That was a long time ago. Let's see, what time is it now? 7:30 on the West Coast. Yeah. So it says at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, over West Bank a very large number of fighter jets and refueling planes in the skies of Palestine on their way to Iran. And that was at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would have been 2.5 hours ago. All right, let's see if we can get some updates here. That's the last of the updates on his page. Let's see what this is. U.S. and Israeli officials said that 3 waves of strikes took place. The first waves focused on Iranian air defense systems, and the second and third waves focused on missile and drone bases and production sites. So from what I had heard, they weren't going to be doing anything other than missile and drone bases, military type target, and that was all they were supposed to do. Maybe this is it. Maybe it's over. If it is, it's very symbolic. It didn't seem like it really did anything at this point. It sounded like something more serious was coming, but who knows? They said in the next few hours, and that was, an hour ago. So maybe there's still more to come. What do you guys think? Is it over, or is this is this Israel trying to say, okay, we'll just leave it at that. Try not to be too harsh in your response, because Iran could their tit for tat is going to be an escalatory type thing, or is it going to be just another symbolic save face kind of response? If this is it. Now, if Israel does something more, I mean, Iran's already still miffed about everything that's gone on, and I don't think they really want war, and they've made statements about not wanting war. They would rather not go there, but they said that they're really, ready to do it. And some of the threats that they've made may have deterred Israel recently, because they made it sound like they have weapons that can't be stopped by the THAAD system, which probably is implying that they have hypersonic missiles that can carry large ordinances. Large ordnance. Probably something you're not expecting. The technologies were given to us by very good friends in high places. Not like America. So America's, obviously taking the side and facilitating Israelis' defense and supply of ammunition and weapons and munitions, whatever. And Iran is definitely being given things from Russia, by China. I'm sure North Korea, because I know North Korea and Iran exchange drone technologies. I think Iran's really good at drones, from what I understand. They commandeered one of our drones a while back, supposedly under Obama, that basically took it over and landed it without it being, so they could reverse engineer it and learn everything they could learn about it. Those things are supposed to, they have redundant systems. There's no way you can hack and try to take over a drone, an American drone that is state of the art. I think it was a Reaper. Do you remember that under Obama? They took it and they landed it, and then they took pictures of it. They showed this Reaper. Supposedly they hacked into it. And there's so many redundant, things that they can do to blow that thing up before it ever gets into the hands of an enemy. There's no way that could have happened unless Obama just landed it for them, just like he landed all those pallets of, of American cash on the tarmac. What did he gave them what, billions and billions of dollars in cash. Remember that? And he probably gave them that technology too, just for the heck of it. Why not? Here, you can have one of our drones. Have at it. Reverse engineer it. Send it to China. They'll make you. They'll take it. They'll copy it, and they'll send you some at half the price, or even cheaper. It'll be cheaper. It'll come from China. They'll call it the Reaper drone. China make Reaper drone. This is a China Reaper drone. We sell to you for half price. On sale now. Get them my supplies last. Reaper drones. Oh, my goodness. Well, hopefully everything is done because I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I've been working all day and I'm like beat tired. Some of these channels are just now getting all these videos that we've had for a while. And these are channels that are being followed by like hundreds of thousands of people. And they're just now getting them. Come on, guys. You need to follow our channel. And you would have it right away. Canadian Prepper says, it looks like this is just preparation for a much bigger attack. I didn't know Canadian. Oh, he's on X. Okay. Stay tuned. Something can happen in the next hours, as the Washington Post hinted. So you're going to make me stay up? Is that what you're going to do? You're going to make me stay awake here and cover this? I'm going to have to stay here, guys. I'm not going to go anywhere, okay? So we'll just hang out and have fun. All right, let's play a word game. What are we going to do while we wait? Anybody got any ideas? They're playing tiddlywinks. You remember that drone? They kidnapped it. Yeah, they kidnapped it. I think Obama gave it to them. Make some coffee. I know, that's what I should do, is go get some coffee, and then I won't sleep. Okay, so what happened here? It says let's see. Yeah, that was the only impact that we could see, that one big explosion. It's now dawn in Iran. So it's now dawning in Iran. How do they say it? Iran. 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 I walk. Did you ever see that skit where they did Steve Jobs when he was still alive, and they were bringing out all these products, and they were bringing out the iPad and the iPhone and the what was the other one? They started making up all this stuff like the microwave, the vacuum cleaner, and then he goes, "We've got a new product for you. It's called the Iraq," and it's a rack, like just like a rack. It's really unstable. This was during the the Iraq War. They were making fun of the all the stuff that was going on with Bush, and he's like, "Oh, see, this is Iraq," and it's like all unstable, and everybody was like in the audience, the press corps was like, "The Iraq looks unstable," and he's like, "No, it's not unstable. We're gonna add things to the Iraq," and they started putting stuff in the products inside the Iraq, and they're like, "The Iraq doesn't look like it likes all those products." Yeah, the Iraq does. And we're going to put more things in the Iraq. he kept adding things to it. And then he's like, then we're going to throw some. He goes, then it started smoking. And they're like, oh my gosh, the Iraq is catching on fire. What are we going to do? And he goes, don't worry, there is no exit strategy. Remember that we were all talking about, hey, how are we going to get out of this? We're in this big war. And what are we going to do now? We can't get out. Is there an exit strategy, Bush? And he's like, there is no exit strategy. it's now smoking. He goes, that's not smoke, that's synergy. And everybody's like, get out of the building. It's gonna blow. The Iraq is gonna blow. Everybody's like trying to find the exit doors. He says, do not go. There is no exit strategy. Everybody sit down. I have a new product. And then he pulls out this shoe. It's like a Nike shoe. And he says, our new product is the Iran. The Iraq, and now it's the Iran. But you know, that general, what was his name? Who said that he went into the Pentagon during 9/11? Oh, what was his name? You guys, does anybody know his name out there? I showed this to you before. He was talking to Rumsfeld, or one of the Rumsfeld aides or something, or I don't know, it was a general, I think. And he showed him a whole list of countries that we were supposed to invade, and he's like, "Why are we doing that?" He goes, "I don't know. If everything's a nail, and you're a hammer, then everything becomes a nail, right? Or if you're a hammer, everything becomes a nail." And he's like, the whole list of countries we were supposed to invade, was Iraq. And he's like, why are we invading Iraq? Did they find out anything? Like, this was like 2 weeks after 9/11. He's like, no. He's like, I don't know. I don't know why we're invading Iraq. So they already knew ahead of time they were going to invade Iraq, even way before there's supposedly weapons of mass destruction. Oh, Wesley Clark. Yeah, somebody said it. Wesley Clark. Wesley Clark. Time for coffee. Remember my time for coffee? Little thing when you guys do the coffees. Oh gosh, let's see. What else do we got going on here? How many of you guys saw the comet? Man, I should get into all that information on the signs in the heavens. Do you think I should do that right now while we wait? What are we going to do? Yeah, no relation to Michael. His name was General Wesley Clark, and I think he was like a 4-star general. Wasn't he a 4-star general or something like that? I need to get the caffeine anointing. I need a caffeine anointing. Well, let's see.
I'm not gonna.
Don't get mad at me. If you're a Paul Begley fan, it's all in fun. You guys all know who Paul Begley is, don't you?
I gotta get some coffee. Seriously, get some coffee. Pause it. Brew it. Drink it. Read it. Feel it. Anointed in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. My Lord, I feel so good right now.
Did he just pray for coffee? Did he just pray about his coffee? Did he not look like he was hyped up on coffee? You got to see that again.
I'm not going to back down on this.
No. This is one more time. Tell me he didn't look like he was so high on coffee.
Is God sending us a sign?
Oh gosh, hold on.
Why in the world after 2,000? I gotta get some coffee. Seriously, get some coffee. Pause it. Brew it. Drink it. Read it. Feel it. Anointed in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. My Lord, I feel so good right now.
I should use that as a bumper. That's my bumper to go get coffee. Hold on, I gotta go get some coffee. Just watch Paul Begley for a minute. Oh man, my favorite was when he was trying to sell coronavirus. Do you remember? Oh, I shouldn't have said that on here to YouTube. Do you remember when he was like half asleep and he was like, "Just go to my website www.1995. Get your. Did I just say the CV on accident?" He was telling everybody to go buy CV on his website. He's like, "No, I hope you stay healthy. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry." Oh, that was hilarious. All right, enough of my giggles. Am I still back here? Where am I at here? It doesn't look like nothing's going to happen, guys. Come on, where's all these? I think that if they didn't do anything yet, I don't think they're going to do anything because you know how long it takes for these planes to be refueled and to stay in airborne. I don't think they're just going to. They probably did what they're going to do and they're gone. I'm guessing. I don't unless they're coming back for more. What are you guys thinking? Is it lagging? Okay, so New York Times and Israeli news are saying that the attack is over tonight. It had 3 waves. That's what I thought. That's what I was thinking. I figured it was over. Okay, well, that's it, guys. That's it for tonight. Hopefully the tit for tat won't develop into something worse. We were all expecting some terrible things to happen here. Let's see where I can't find my screen here. Hold on. All right, so stay tuned to our show and daily show that we do on everything that happens, whatever news or anything that's going on. We'll do either Rumble or YouTube, but also our devotional get-togethers in the morning. And I'm really focused on doing that because it is a time to prepare your day. As it says, the Lord loves it when you seek him early. I think there's a scripture that talks about seeking him early. It pleases God that you seek him early. Let me see if I can find that verse. It says here, Proverbs 8, verses 17, I love those who love me, and those who seek me find me. It says, I think the King James says, okay. Treasure, I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. And I do believe that has a lot to do with starting off your day. But it also talks about that in regards to your, the time when you begin to really seek after knowledge or wisdom, because this is in the wisdom chapter. So early in life, it's better to pursue wisdom than later in life, right? It's harder to teach an old dog new tricks, right? Isn't that true? But if you do it early, well, then you're a little more pliable. It's kind of like wet concrete. Once it sets up, it's a little more difficult. I'm not saying that it can't happen because God obviously does miracles. And so he does. There's been a lot of people that are older that have turned over a new leaf and God definitely does miracles. But, it's good to start off the day as well throughout your day. I find it goes a lot smoother. Things unfold a little more in a timely way that seem to be coordinated whenever I put God first. So that's what we're doing with the devotionals early in the morning. So join us on those early morning shifts. Now tomorrow we're going to be doing that Patreon unless something major goes down. We will be back, and I'm going to try to do it earlier in the early evening my time. So it's probably going to be like 6 o'clock. I'll post the times for the patrons, those who are the patrons, and we're going to go through all this material once again. I want to make sure that I'm really focused on this. I wanted to develop it out. I want you guys to have that interactive time on our Zoom call. So you're going to interact with the ideas and the information. We did a preliminary meeting on this a week ago or so, and a lot of you guys, there was a few people that fell asleep. It was kind of late, so we're going to try to do it earlier this time. All right, and this time we're going to get it ready to post it for everybody to see it. Everybody's going to be able to see it here on YouTube, but I want to make sure that we're hashing everything out and making sure that we get it all laid out, in a way that's going to be presentable. So everybody will be able to interact with the idea that is a patron. Okay, so I'll let you know the time and the place and the links, and I'm going to go get some sleep because I am really, really tired. I feel like I'm about to fall asleep here. I would go get some coffee, but I think I need to go to sleep. That's probably the best thing to do. So in the meantime, you guys keep your focus on the Lord and meet me back here early in the morning. I'll try to get up early like I did today. Sometimes I stroll in at 7, at 8, 9, 10, sometimes 11 my time, so it's already afternoon over there on the East Coast. Hold on one second. Okay, so 2 Israeli officials said the attack had ended by about 5 a.m. after roughly hitting 12 sites over the course of the night. I'm sorry, 20 sites. Did I say 12? 20. It says 2 Israeli officials said the attack in Iran ended about 5 a.m. after hitting roughly 20 sites. Okay, so there's basically... IDF says we completed a precise attack that lasted several hours in several waves of attack and in several areas in Iran in response to the Iranian regime's attack on the state of Israel in recent months. Military targets were attacked in different areas of Iran in 2 central Iranian arrays. The air defense array and the ballistic missile array. Among the targets attacked, ballistic missile production facilities, surface-to-air missile arrays, and Iran's aerial capabilities designed to limit Israel's freedom of action. The attack was carried out by dozens of fighter planes, refueling planes, and intelligence planes, while being prepared for an immediate rescue from the heart of enemy territory. While being prepared for it. The attack was carried out at a distance of more than 1,600 kilometers. The name of the operation, Yemi Teshuva. I wonder what that means. Let me see what that means. It says the extent of the damage in Iran will be revealed later. The state of Israel has a wider air freedom of action today. Also in Iran, the attack is complete. Iran attacked Israel and paid a price for it. We are at peak readiness in defense for an attack. Okay, we are at peak readiness in defense and attack. There is an ongoing situation assessment. Currently, there is no change in the instructions for the home front. So I guess they're preparing for a response from Iran. But the name of the operation, let me see what it means really quick before I go. The name of the operation is, it translates to 10 days of repentance. Oh, so that's interesting. So basically that has to do with the days of awe, I think. The 10 days of repentance. It says it's a period in Judaism when people reflect on their actions and ask for forgiveness from those they have wronged. It takes place between the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, and Yom Kippur, which usually falls in September and October. So that is the days of awe. They call it the days of awe, AWE. But here they're calling it the 10 days of repentance, Yemi Teshuva. That's interesting. So that's the operation's name. Amazing. What a name. I like the name. But anywho's, thank you again too, Arnold. God bless you. Have you all have a great night. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you, and give you peace. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, guys. I'll be seeing you back here tomorrow morning, the Lord willing, and we'll start off another day. Hopefully the Lord will keep us in a place where we can keep our focus and not get distracted by worries and fears about what's coming.